Welcome everybody to this interview with Lars from Lightbringer of Sweden. It was supposed to be live on Facebook, but as we all know, Facebook can be a bit of a up, and that's just what happened. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Pauline Posar from the Maloik Rock blog and from the podcast Headbangers Call, mostly in Swedish, but some episodes in English. So please step up on Spotify and listen if you get the chance. Hello, Lars. How are you doing today?
Yeah, hello. I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be on the live stream, but yeah, we all know how that goes. So
it's the technique, everything that's got with techniques to do. It's like gremlins. I think we've all got gremlins in our computers since Facebook started.
Yeah, it's not just Facebook. I think I can point to many things in my room here that is not working as it should be.
Yeah, I can see that you've got a bunch of guitars there behind you.
Yeah, some of them. Some.
Which one's the favorite?
Hard to tell. I think it's my Les Paul that I had for 25 years. That is my little baby.
I can imagine it is. So 25 years, that's a pretty long while for a guitar. Did you know from the start that this was what you wanted to do?
Yes, it was. It has always been, if we're talking not like guitars and music overall, it always has been something that has been speaking to me, and always something I have go to when I'm depressed, when I'm happy, when I'm everything, when I need to relax, it's always been music.
Yeah. And now you're with the Lightbringers of Sweden. What's that like?
It's a fun project that I started in. I think we released the first single in 2019, but I thought start writing the music in 2017. So even if we are a new band, it feels like a long timeline.
Yeah. So what was the idea from the beginning? Because I feel like Lightbringers of Sweden is pretty bombastic. Was that the plan the whole time?
The thought from the beginning was it wasn't supposed to be music, actually.
Oh?
Yeah, I started this when I was off music for a while. We had some private things that had happened, and I was pretty much up to here with bad stuff. So I need to do something else. So I start writing a novel.
Mm-hmm.
It's called World of Siege, and it was about the devil's way back to Earth. And when that was almost finished, I didn't know what to do with it. And then I started to write some music for the novel. So it's been a long way from the thought to what it actually has become.
Yeah. Do you feel satisfied with it? Because I mean, your music is, well, it is emotional.
Yes, it is. I'm very satisfied with the production and everything.
But if we want to be a bit philosophical, you told me that the novel is about the devil and the devil's way back. Maybe the writing in itself was the struggle, and the creation of the music was the finding of the way.
Yeah, maybe it could be something like that. But as songwriting, I thought it was an easy way. It was a long process, but it was easy. When you have the story, you don't have to make up a story about the song. The story is already there. It's more like tweaking it and the lyrics to make it work with the text. So I have written music for maybe 15 years now, and I think this was the easiest songs to write because the story was there. It was, yeah, it just was there. So the process, I could focus on making stuff around.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, it's awesome. I mean, you did a good job.
thank you.
So what do we have to look forward to now?
Next up, we're planning to release some singles this year.
Mhm.
And not new music, but we have, so this is a spoiler, we have recorded some already made songs and do some tweaking and something different with them.
Cool.
Yep.
That's exciting. Now, I hate when you do that. Now I'm gonna sit and wait.
Yeah.
But that's good. I've got something to look forward to.
Yeah.
So gig-wise, I mean, during the pandemic, everyone was locked in. What's it been like for you? Did you get to play a lot last year, so you feel like you're warm in the clothes?
No, I haven't been playing out for maybe 10 years. I have just,
Oh,
yeah, I focused on family and being at home. And
yeah.
I think that when the pandemic hit, it was a good thing. Then I worked from home. I lived at home. The only place I was going to was to the grocery store and just buying food. And so I had a lot of time just sitting down, writing, and just being creative. So for me, it was a blessing, I think. Now when the whole society is up and running again, you have to go with the kids to different events and you have to be there, you have to go there, and yeah, it's a whole different thing now. So,
Yeah.
but I feel really hard with my colleagues in the music industry that depends on live concerts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just for a living. So, but for me personally, it was, I think, a pretty good thing.
Yeah. It made it normal to want to be home.
Yeah, something like that.
I actually felt the same way. I've been studying on distance for 6 years before I started at my job.
Yeah,
So I've already been locked into my bedroom for 6 years, reading and writing, so it was nothing new.
yeah.
But Lightbringer of Sweden, is it planned to be a pure musical project, or do you have any plans on taking it out on the road?
Yeah, we have been speaking about it and was planning a trip to the US this fall,
Mm-hmm.
but things are expensive and things didn't turn out the way we wanted, so we put that on hold for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Herbie is touring very hard right now with Firewind and Avantasia, so I think I won't disturb him that much. It will be
That's
fun.
what you get. That's what
Yeah.
you get for working with famous people.
Yeah, but Herbie is, I don't know how to say, he's a very amazing person. He's good to work with.
Yeah.
So
The band in itself,
yeah.
what dynamic do you have? Are you like you're the songwriter and the others are the band, or do you feel like you're all part of the same band family?
Sometimes I feel kind of alone because I do all the writing, I do all the production and stuff like that. And Karsten and Herbie is in Germany, Tobbe is in Stockholm, Johan is in Bollnäs. So even the recordings that we do on different places, it's only Johan who has come over to me and record the bass. So it can get kind of lonely, but it works.
I've talked to a few bands about that because the new digital era makes it so much easier to exchange music. Uh, I played in bands myself in the 90s back when I was young and beautiful, but that was a different world. That's when you had to go to the rehearsal room to play together. Is that something that you can miss?
Yeah, every day. Every fucking day I wake up. Why am I not in the rehearsal room? I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So.
It's something special about that sweaty smell in the soundproofing.
Yeah, and look someone in the eyes while you're playing, and you make a special connection with. I was in a band from, let's say, mid school, like from 13, 14 years old until we were 25 years old. So that was a very good experience because when we played, everybody knows what the other one is thinking and doing, and the dynamic in the group was amazing.
Mm. Yeah, there's really something special in playing together.
Yeah.
It's like you say, you get a different connection. But if we take a look outside of music, what do you do when you don't create music?
I work with graphics and websites in my own little firm.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, you can plan your own time if it's your own business.
Yeah, it is. And between 7 and 4, I'm at a local industry working.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
busy days, but
Well, everybody has to do something.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a dream of working with graphics and stuff like that, but I'm starting to get pretty old now and it's hard to keep up.
Age is just a number. I'm trying to tell that to myself every day.
Even when your knee clicks when you're walking.
Shh. You're not supposed to know about that. But talking about graphics and so on, then the logo for the band, did you create that?
I create the logo for the band, yes.
That's so cool. It's like this Art Nouveau, modern Art Nouveau feeling.
Yeah, I was aiming for some kind of Egyptian thing on it. It was so.
Yeah, because I feel like Art Nouveau is, if you look at series like Hercule Poirot and those, they're very Art Nouveau, and it's a lot of Egyptian influence there as well with the hieroglyphs, and that's really cool. So where do you get your inspiration, both for the graphics but a lot for the music? Is it, you told me about the novel, and I suppose that's a pretty dark influence from yourself, but do you always go into yourself for inspiration, or do you find it somewhere else?
I would love to say that it's just made up, everything. I would love to say that, but everything every human ever creating is a reflection of their self. You can't go past that.
No.
But I think no, it wasn't a frozen line. I just
You're just thinking hard.
yeah, just thinking hard. No, it's some kind of reflection of myself in the novel for sure. But as for the graphic side, I feel like you can be more creative you're always creating something new to someone else,
Mm.
and their questions, what, yeah, the mind of having.
So your creativity, when someone else asks you to create something, do you try to read that person and find what that person is like and what they might enjoy?
Yeah, I do really work like that, and always trying to reflect their wishes.
Yeah.
And it's and I can't work like I need it now. If you come to me with an idea of a logo, for example, I used to take that information and then I go thinking of that for maybe 2-3 days, and then I start working and making some stuff up.
Mm-hmm. I can recognize that. I work a lot of creative stuff myself. And when you get an idea, it's almost easier to just let it work by itself in the back of the mind
Yeah,
before you start working on it, because then you've almost got a clear plan ready, but subconsciously.
yeah, it's the same with music. For example, the song Shadows of the Night. That song wasn't supposed to be on the record.
Oh.
I had the lyrics and I had a little riff, but no, it wasn't supposed to be. I was thinking, so let's put that on the side. And then one night when I was watching hockey, it just clicked, just like, that's the one. And then I put the lyrics out and made the whole song up in about 30 minutes.
Whoa.
Yeah, not the whole song, but the structure and the lyrics was put together.
Yeah.
So I work a lot with emotions and feeling when I write. So I would hate to working with music and have to be unable to be creative between a certain time. Let's say for a day work, you have to write music between 7 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't be working for me.
No.
No. So
I'm a bit curious because now you've been around for a few years and you've got a whole lot of fans.
yeah, I have realized that.
That's cool. That's so cool. What kind of fans do you have? Are they like all over the world in all kinds of ages, or do you find that you have a special group of kind of?
No, they are everywhere. I have amazing fans in Japan that is sending me stuff. That's really cool. I got this from a
Oh,
fan in Japan, and I think this is the best thing I have ever got from someone.
the symbol for prosperity and happiness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something that feels good. But no, they are in all ages and from different places and everything. One thing that everyone has in common is that they are so friendly. That, something that has shocked me. Actually, people are so friendly and they are not people who's hanging on the writing 10,000s of messages and please answer, please answer. Nothing like that. They are just down to earth people and very good.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That,
feels good.
that means that you've got a real connection, I think, because they want to create a positive bond with you.
Yeah, I think so too. And I always been open and honest on interviews, social media, and always be answering. I think if someone writes something positive about the band, I feel a responsibility to connect with that person and say, thank you for spreading our music and being a good person to me.
Yeah.
That is something that means a lot to me.
That just goes to show that you're a good person.
Sometimes. Ask my kids.
You should never ask the kids.
Yeah.
Because 1, you realize that you're old.
Yeah.
And 2, you want to be the good cop. You don't want to be the bad cop.
Yeah. That's so bad. Don't ask my 7-year-old and 14-year-old daughter what they think.
An amazing age. A 14-year-old female. I just remember myself. I was awful. I was horrible.
Mm.
So I feel sorry for you.
Yeah. I think it will pass.
Yeah, it always does. It always does. And even if she doesn't say it, she loves you.
Yeah, I think
can
so
tell
too.
you that. So I have this one little thing that I do because when I grew up in the 80s, you know, there were these fanzines and there were always these funny little questions. So I've stolen one of them.
Okay.
If you could choose one album from any genre for our readers and watchers and listeners to listen to, what would it be? One album.
One album.
Yeah.
Can I say 5 or 10 or 50?
I know it's so hard.
Yeah. I think I have to say Staying Alive with Accept, the live album from Osaka.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Osaka. There are
Yeah.
a lot of good things coming from lives in Osaka.
Yeah, I know. And I think that was the album that turned my music direction into what it is today. But if we're talking about albums, the albums that changed my life is Savage Poetry by Edguy.
Ooh.
The first edition in 96, I think, 95, 96. I was about 11, 12 years old when I got that in my hand. So that is the album that was the most important for me to start with music. But as for wanted to be a guitarist, I think it was Staying Alive with Accept.
I think those two are pretty awesome albums for our fans to listen to.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Lars, for maintaining the interest to keep talking to me after our technical issues.
Yeah, no problem.
So I hope that all your fans will enjoy this video, and let's all promote Lightbringers of Sweden as much as we possibly can, because this music is too good to ignore. Bye!